Ross, how do you think you guys went yesterday at the draft?
Yeah, we're really positive. We went in trying to, with an aim, we just thought our list needed some tools. So that started in the national draft, Tanner Smith coming in 195, and then certainly Jack Hanneth, really tall, mobile ruckman, played at Central, so we're really positive about that. And then Alex Housen and Matthew Taberner are 195, you know, really good athletes who played a strong level of under 18 and country football, so we're really positive about that. And we took Jesse Crichton back. We're really, you always take a bit of a risk, but at the end of the day, you need to put some off your list to create some opportunity and all those sort of things. So, yeah, we walk away positive, but you know the proof's in the pudding, isn't it? So there's a lot of work and a lot of growth to be done. But like all clubs, we're all thinking we're happy, but at the end of the day, it's going to be about performance in the long run. That's going to determine whether drafts were successful or not.
Are you in a better position now this year, considering you've got most of your players out the track?
Yeah, I think it's a really good point. We're certainly we've got more availability on the track. We're in the high 30s, couldn't tell you precisely. And even our rehabbers, the type of rehab, they're all in full running. Obviously, Matthew is the only one that sits outside of that. So all our times and weights and skin folds are, you know, about a month ahead of where they were last year in a nutshell. So it's quite positive at this point.
Ross, during the year there's a lot of talk about Fremantle chasing the Travis Cloak or power forward as such. Obviously that didn't come to pass. Is it something that you're consciously looking through 2013 and maybe identifying? I mean, Buddy Franklin's been thrown up there, but...
Yeah, and I think he got smacked back, didn't he, Buddy, by Bondi? Yeah, so I think... So Lance has been put to bed, as great a player he is, and certainly we were in the market for Mitch Clark, obviously, and Travis Cloak, and we've got a strong model where list management gets together, identifies opportunity in the market. Our first priority, though, is to look after our homegrown talent that we've listed, drafted, nurtured, and you know, aim to produce great players. So, and certainly we've got a lot of young players that we're contracting and looking after and planning for the future. Once that's done, then we'll look at, well, what's left to go outside into the marketplace, and that's really our philosophy on it, you know.
Ross, were you surprised that someone as talented as Dale Garlett got overlooked in the draft?
Well, it's really difficult for me because as senior coach, and as much as not many people want to believe it, we don't actually identify the talent and draft the talent at the national draft. So we spend a lot of money on our recruiting and our recruiting's team. They identify the talent, they make the recommendations. At the end of the day, I can only speak for Fremantle, but they saw other opportunities in the national draft that they preferred to take. So I'm not aware of the ins and outs of it all, but at the end of the day, I'm aware of the decision that they didn't draft young Garlett, so that's where it sits with me. I can't help you much more than that. You know.
Do you watch vision of them, though, Ross?
Not particularly. No, a bit like you guys. I get on the website on the West Australian and look what we got through the door. But they will give us... It's really dangerous for coaches to watch too much vision and start to have opinions, because once we start to have them, they are quite strong. So it's better, it's better off just... We get a feel for what they are, but our guys watch them 10 or 15 times for the year and over 2 years, and they profile them, they psych them, you know. So it's not an exact science because they are so young. So therefore, yeah, my input is limited. Where I'll have input would be, you know, delisted players, forwards. We have a look at a Matthew Bate, have a look at him, go through. They're the guys we have strong input. The under-18s, it's really dangerous to get involved.
Ross, what was the value out of going overseas to those various...
Yeah, look, it's the first time I've done it. Certainly studied, you know, like lacrosse and soccer and basketball from afar and read the books and spoken to coaches. But to get overseas, we're in New York, obviously the Giants and the Jets, which are a similar system, which is salary cap, drafting, free agency, and similar collective bargaining agreements with restrictions of time and all those things. So that was great to get in there. And then in the UK, it was the academy, the development academies, which is Liverpool and Watford is really one of the premier development academies. How they go about talent ID, player development, the mechanics of the game. We certainly picked up some mechanics out of you know, football over there that we can apply, you know, when we're at Liverpool and MU. So, and we certainly establish relationships that we hope to. It'd be like someone come here, you're not going to peel back all your layers. So you build a relationship so we can go back and drill in even further. But for me personally, it was great to get it into some great organisations and elite systems and get a feel for how they go about it.
Ross, sitting back and looking at your complete list now,
Yeah.
anywhere that you think you're particularly strong, or what do you think going forward?
Yeah, look, we would like some more young, tall talent. There's no doubt about that. But the philosophy has been to take the best player. But our need is still some young talls, and you know, in next year's national draft, we would like, you know, we've identified we would like, if they're there, some young, early talls, you know, early pick talls. So that would be an area, because obviously Matthew and Luke are two of the obvious ones that aren't going to be there forever. You know.
Ross, of the new draftees, you've had a fair look at most of them now, other than Hannah, obviously. But which of those do you think can play senior footy next year?
Oh, look, I haven't had much of a look. At this stage, they're just sort of running and lifting, and haven't seen too much game sense. But we don't put a ceiling on anyone. Last year, I think all of our draftees played, I think, from memory. You know, Lockie was a surprise packet early. Hayden Crozier really, you know, for a skinny kid, contributed strongly in the Richmond game. I thought he was terrific, really exciting talent for us. Tommy Sheridan earned his opportunity. Alex Forster was injured most of the year. So, you know, they all played, so we'd expect them to be pushing up for a game. There's no doubt about that.
Well, we simulated sort of winter today, but
yeah, in
terms of the high altitude training that the Carltons and Collings have done and are doing, do they have any advantage over you blokes starting 2013 in terms of doing those camps over in the States?
I haven't thought about it. I know they cost a lot of money. Can't quite get my hands on it here to get it done. But look, I back in our sports scientists, and it's an opinion business, and we've certainly got some altitude facility and tents and those things, but we've channelled it into other areas, and we're really confident that we're not at a huge disadvantage.
You'd like to do it though?
Well, it's not something I have an opinion on, to be honest.
Ross, there was a lot of talk about the game plan and how long it took the players to get hold of it.
No, it wasn't, was it?
And I'm just wondering, for this pre-season, are you able to sort of dig into areas where you thought you weren't so good for that, given you've had a year with them now?
No, I'll be going back to the basics. I'm really quite driven about the basics, and we'll do them over and over again so they can stand up to pressure. There's certainly things we'll tweak, and you've got to move with the game. But I learnt previously, off good seasons, if you relax, it disappears pretty quickly. So it's something you've got to nurture and maintain and drive and rehearse and keep everyone accountable to, otherwise it disappears pretty quickly. So yeah, the accountability levels will be high, particularly post-Christmas, on getting the basics done, and we aim to bring it to life again. So we see pre-season as a real opportunity to work hard and improve. We certainly don't see it as a grind. We're excited by what we can achieve over pre-season, you know, and we can work harder, get better, and become better drilled, and clearly failure's feedback, and we need to improve. You know, so we're really driven as a group.
Last pre-season there was some dramatic weight loss in some players. Can we expect anything like that?
No, that's just the coach trying to do that.